We've all been there. You hold on to a coupon but forget about it, and suddenly it's expired.
Expired in 2012. Dang it.
Fortunately, by switching to Geico, you could save about 900.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Are the Shed Lords with me? Happy Sunday, legends. How we doing? How the heck we doing? Summers, welcome back, dog. Summer, welcome back, top dog. Chris, Edwin, what's up? Hey, I know y'all see my ticker. Hey, y'all thought I wasn't gonna figure this out. I had 30 minutes today. Hey, chat, I had 30 minutes today to figure this out. Twin, what are they talking about? Oh my goodness. Hey, we got so much going on. I now don't know how to turn my camera on. Let me figure that out. But, hey, W Sunday in the chat, y'all. W Sunday in the chat. W freaking Sunday in the chat. I got some good news. I got some immaculate news, my Shred Lords. I got some immaculate news. Immaculate news. This is about to be so F. And if you all have been, oh, I gotta change the chat. That you can't really see the chat. Let me see. Can you see it from there? Nah, not really. I gotta put like a little black background. Now, how do I add a black background to chat? That's a problem for tomorrow, maybe. That is something for tomorrow. We've tackled enough demons today, but before we kick in, before I turn my camera on, we get this dang Shred Lord Source and Sundays wrong. We gotta play our tune. We gotta play our tune. Hold on, from the top. We got this PC rolling, y'all. Hey, it's Source and Stock Sunday. Let's freaking go. I'm so geeked. Hey, playing our tune. Let's rock, man.
Let's be real about it. I mean, I don't really care about how
Let's
you
rock,
feel about
no.
it. I mean, I don't even really have a real hobby. It's not a real problem, and I still got it. I need $1 billion. Let's be real about it. I mean, I don't really care about how you feel about it. I mean, I don't even really have a real hobby. It's not a real problem, and I still got it. I need $1 billion. Yeah, I've been in the lab, so I'm not what you see around. Thinking about my goals, so I'm not fun to be around. Now I want the whole field. They go push the beat around. I take it to the sky, so I don't ever see the ground. I'll call by. You can say I'm in the hunt now, living out my fantasy. They love it when I touch down, fly it in a plane or a pelican. I'm up now, money true holiday. I'm playing for the Bucks now. I'm out in BK, Steve Nash. I don't see much, man. I only see cash. You can't be mad. You need to relax. And my favorite drug is hustle. I'm about to relapse. I'm getting all this money just from making these apps. Hope they take care of my hood when I'm paying each tax.
Chat, what's good?
So they saying he's trash, but they
We looking official, chat.
Let's be real about it. I mean, I don't really care about how you feel.
We looking official, chat. Where my tune at, twin? Where my tune at?
That's not a real problem, and I still got it.
I need $1 billion.
Let's be real about it. I mean, I don't really care about how you feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even really have a real hobby.
No.
It's not a real problem.
No.
And I still got it.
I need $1 billion.
Yeah, my balls are infinite. My car's got tits in it. I should get a Tesla and put you.
Gents, boys, tycoon, Shred Lords and Shred Lordesses. Happy freaking Sunday. How we doing? Oh, man. Hey, y'all done figured some stuff out, y'all. I done figured some stuff out. Hey, can somebody do me a big favor? And this relates to my good news. Can somebody do me a big favor? And wherever you watch me on, keep that on, by the way. Don't turn off. And if anything, smash that darn like button. But can someone go to Twitch and just confirm that I'm multi-streaming? W's in the chat for that. Can someone just confirm that I am also active on Twitch? It took me 17 days to figure this out. But with the help of Gemini, I think we are successfully live streaming, putting this 5080 in Ryzen, whatever they want to call it, to the full test. I believe. Do not leave YouTube, by the way. Oh, Twitch is working. Hey, let's go. Let's freaking get it. Hey, WW. All right, if you're all right, comment on Twitch as well. Just like comment in the Twitch chat, just so I can see like where it comes up on. You see how you guys have a YouTube icon on your name when you comment? Yo, Shredlords, we really figuring this stuff out. Hey, y'all, I'm the dumbest man. Hey, don't let this prove to you that you all can do anything you put your minds to. Hey, what up, Fresh Ray? I'm the dumbest man when it comes to technology. I'm a caveman when it comes to this tech stuff, y'all. And I figured it out. We literally got multi-stream rolling. In chat, we got 0 dropped frames. W in the chat. Remember last time I tried to do this? I had like 50% drop frames, like 50,000 drop frames. I completely chalked myself. It was so reckless, right? But, hey, Edwin in the mix. What up, twin? Thank you, Edwin. I appreciate you. Edwin, Chris here. Hey, that's it. We got duplicates. Hey, we out here rocking and rolling, y'all. Ethan, what the heck is good, legend? Happy Shredlord Sundays. You just got home. Hey, I did too, low-key. I just got back from the gym, y'all. Putting in work. Straight muscle, y'all. Putting in work. I'm just doing what a Shredlord gotta do. I made a decision January 1st, 2026, that it was the year of the Shredlord. Consistency, daily deposits, hustling, streaming, finding cash flow in businesses, investing in amazing stocks. I'm just sticking to the program. And I got my guys in the chat now, both on YouTube and Twitch, in the mix. But let's just take another moment to acknowledge the incredible stock ticker we got down below, boys. Look at the stock ticker we got down below. And if you all have been paying attention, you will realize that these are all stocks that we have been talking about in Chat Capital. This right here is our watch list, y'all. It's mad slow. I might have to speed it up. Nah, it's like casual, because it's like that's a good pace to where you don't be getting distracted. But it's a little slow. But it allows for you to sit and dwell and think about, the consequences of voting pass or buy on an opportunity. So that every single day we can be reminded how good or bad our investment judgment truly is. Anyway, let's do a roll call for the boys. Let's see who's in the mix. I'm so geek. Hey, if y'all can't notice, I'm so happy that I figured this multi-stream tech out. I'm so glad we figured this out. It was stressing me out, y'all. I was like, how are we gonna do this and miss out on a whole platform of an audience? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to take care of the folks on Twitch and YouTube. But I will let you guys know very well that YouTube is that's home. YouTube is still home. But we just adopted a little brother on Twitch. All right? And plus, I think Twitch has like a more general younger audience, so expect some of the young Shredlords to be up in the mix on Twitch, so we're going to educate them. But our YouTube, those are the top dogs. That's the investment committee. You know what I'm saying? That's the investment committee. This is so exciting. Nimrose, how you doing? Oh, Nimrose, I got to talk to you, bro. I got to talk to you, Nimrose. Look, I had such a healthy day today. Nimrose. Why? Because I was inspired by your direction and guidance of how to live an incredibly healthy lifestyle, Nimrose. Check this out. I woke up I woke up a little late, around like 9:30, right? I woke up at 9:30. I had like a big meeting at 10, so I handled that. Afterwards, I drank me a fresh pressed green juice. It had celery, it had spinach, kale, green apples, fresh pressed juice, right? Additionally, I had overnight oats with some good, clean, healthy oats. I put a little Orgain protein in there. I put my what the peptides thing that you told me, whatever that is, vital protein peptide joint, blueberries, unsweetened almond milk, chia seeds, flax seeds. Wait, first of all, let's take a step back. As soon as I woke up around 9:30, I know it's a little late, but it's Sunday. I took a cold shower. That's how you know I woke up on beast mode, y'all. I woke up on beast mode. I took a cold shower. Why? Because my homeboy Hamilton does this. He's out there in SF. You'll see him in the chat one day, his ham ATL. He put me on this cold shower joint. Chat, I was shook. I woke up and I was like, this is inhumane. But something about my brain instantly turned on. My senses felt like freaking Spider-Man. And like literally I was ready to tackle the day by 9:35. Something about a cold shower just like shook everything about complacency in my entire day. Woke up, had my meeting, then did overnight oats, had me a green fresh pressed juice, went to church after the meeting, church service out here in Laguna, or not Laguna, Irvine. That's my church is at. And it was the last service in this building. So going forward next week, they have a brand new expanded building. So W expansion and growth for that, for the church I go to. And then I went and I pivoted. I cranked at a coffee shop. Guys, I got like 5 banger content ideas done. Like incredible ideas. I'm talking like, and it's like series and formats and things like that. It was such a banger, productive day. And I went to the gym, did leg day, left, came home. And for dinner, I had ground turkey, vegetables, and like mixed some eggs in there. So I had protein on protein on protein. Hey, I'm about to be so swole. They may have to send me to the Diamond Gym this year. I don't know if I'll survive. But they may have to send me to the Diamond Gym, chat. Oh, jeez. What we got going on? Nathaniel, Asefa, welcome to the community. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate you subbing, legend. Summit, you weren't messing around. You ain't got no time to waste. You was like, let's get into these deals. Hey, show me the deal, man. Give me the, is it on Biz by Sell? We can take a look at it on Biz by Sell. We can take a look at it on Biz by Sell. Hey, I don't know what about it, but I just feel so excited for this week for you guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is, but like, for some reason, I feel so excited for this week for you guys. I'm speaking a W into existence. I don't know. Somebody is like, I don't know if it's Michael, maybe. Michael was in the chat earlier this week. He just submitted an LOI on a nail salon in New York. I think he's going to get back countersigned signature, have that locked and loaded. I think he's going to get into diligence and find some great things about this business. I don't know. Maybe Richard doubles down on his value creation efforts and growth for his business. You know, something about this week for all of y'all just seems like an absolute W. If anyone is working on anything major that's big, that you want guidance, support, a prayer, whatever it may be, put it in the chat just so that I can get a sense of like how I can be most supportive. You know, Sundays are all about rest, recovery, getting ahead of the week so the week doesn't get ahead of you, right? Little things like that. And I want to dedicate the stream to the dogs. you know? So however I can be support, we're going to look at some stocks. We're going to look at some cash flowing businesses and all that. But I want to make sure that I give enough, you know, little tidbits to help anybody in the week of what they got going on. My mentor, Chris. Where's Chris at? Where's Chris? My mentor, Chris. I owe you a lot of stuff, champ. Oh, thanks. You said the stock ticker looks good. Thank you so much, Chris. I appreciate that, dog. I really appreciate that. Hey, Nadal, how we doing, legend? Okay. Chris, you're grinding for college apps and finding internships. All right. All right. Chris, what's your dream college? What's your dream college, man? Any other students in the chat? Any other students in the chat? We got, yeah. Hey, I'm gonna write you a letter back, man. Put me down as one of them references, twin. Put me down as one. Huh? Michigan? Let's go! Hey, you know where I went? Hail to the victors valiant. Hail to the conquering heroes. Hail, hail to Michigan, the leaders and the best. Hey, let's go, man. Let's go. I'm geeked. Michigan's probably the greatest school besides Stony Brook University where Summers goes to. Oh my goodness. Nemrose, how we doing? You got up at 4 a.m.? We're looking at deals and BizBuy's list on Houston. All right, before you go to bed, Nemrose, give us your criteria and we're going to send you some stuff. If you're not in the Discord already, join the Discord. But I also see your name on Instagram every now and then. But send us your quick criteria and we're going to, while you're sleeping, we're going to be hustling for you. All right? So send us your criteria, Nemrose, and we will help you find a good business in Houston. Give us quickly an industry, a price or EBITDA range, and we're gonna scan. We're gonna send you 2 or 3 while you're sleeping. So when you wake up, you know that the shred lords in the community looked after you, all right? That's how we rolling. That's how we rolling. We looking out for the boys that are looking out, all right? I got you, man. I got you. I got you, Nemrose. And also thank you for tuning in to the streams and later this week, man. We're just gonna do some fun stuff. So make sure you tap back in. But Chris, your top schools are UPenn, Michigan, and Austin. I assume UT Austin. All of those are hands down solid schools for finance undergraduate talent. Why? Because they have like dedicated undergraduate business schools. They have a super strong alumni base in New York, especially. Like if you look at any of the finance firms, you'll see that like so many of them have graduates from UPenn, Michigan, Austin. I think in terms of like the breakdown, I think UPenn has a lot of people in banking and private equity. Michigan has a lot of people in private equity and hedge funds. UT Austin has a lot of people in hedge funds. Something about UT Austin, I don't really know, but something about UT Austin, there's a lot of like I think their investment clubs on campus are just like super elite. Like we used to host a big like national stock pitch competition when I was a student at Michigan, and it was a national competition. So folks from all across America would pull up. Funny enough, Boogie pulled up to campus one year because he was at UConn. Oh, I'm out here giving all this information. Dang. He went to UConn, and his school came to pitch at our stock pitch competition. So he hung out at Michigan for like a day. I showed him around. It was like our junior year or senior year, one of those. But I was gonna say, so, but the people that won were Texas Austin. There's like the few of these cats that were just like straight dogs when it comes to like public markets and all that. Hey, Summer, you're graduating from college this year? Hey, congrats, dog. Hey, W, man. I freaking love that, bro. From Stony Brook University in New York. Hey, W Summer for almost graduating college. Let me see how this works. WWW. I'm proud of you, man. That's so dope, bro. That's so dope. What are you studying? What's the dream role? What's the dream job? What's the plan? And yeah, you can give me the information. I think you already put it in the chat. I gotta read it. Hey, Edwin, that's both of us, bro. Hey, we students till we out the game, and we students of life, dog. We students of life, dog. That's how we roll, Edwin. We ain't playing around, man. We out here students of life, dog. That's how we rocking and rolling, man. That's how we rocking and rolling. Heck yeah. Rich Topic, what up, twin? Rich Topic, what's happening, legend? Happy Shred Lord Sundays, man. Hey, Rich, I hope you had an incredible day. I hope you was locked in. I hope you had a chance to rest. All right. I hope you get a chance to rest. You know what I'm saying? Rich Topic been hustling all week. I don't know how he done. Hey, Rich Topic ain't got an off button. You know, Rich Topic is probably one of those dudes that all these rappers be writing hustle music about. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Rich Topic is one of them OGs that just like get stuff done silently. And he is who everybody want to be like. You know what I'm saying? Everybody out here talking about wake up early, put in work, take care of the fam, do this and this, boom, boom. Rich really be living that life. I ain't gonna hold you up. Because literally every time he hopped in the chat, he'd be like, hey, y'all, I'm working while I'm watching. So W, Rich Topic. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. And that guy Nimrod really woke up at 4 a.m. just to getting after it. And I woke up at 9:30. Wow. Como se dice chalked. All right. Someone says, I found a listing that is willing to go through SBA. The asking price is the cash flow. One times. Okay, that's tricky. Owner operated. All right. You might be buying yourself a job here, Summit. Asking is $550K. Goodwill. Inventory total. Go. Okay. www. All right. Nimrod's in Discord. Nice. Looking for an absentee. I got about $50 to $100K cash for down payment. I'm open to do any type of business. I love to learn new skills and plan operations. All right. I think we can find that for you, champ. All right, guys, remember that. He is looking for anything that he can do 50 to 100K of a down payment. Dang, hey, Nimrod's got a bag. Hey, this chat's so rich. I'm pretty convinced. Once we like really scale and blow up, we're probably going to have the wealthiest chat in all of streaming. I'm pretty convinced. Because everybody out here making really smart money moves, and y'all about to do nothing but compound. Y'all literally about to do nothing but compound. That's literally about to be crazy, dog. All right, Chris says, yes, sir. There is this channel called Peak Frameworks, and I found this info. Nice. You sent me a DM with a few businesses I like. Oh, I gotta check them. My Instagram is like partly managed by me when I'm like seeing something cool and I just want to post a story, but also my team manages as well. So sometimes I see stuff, sometimes I don't. But I'm gonna take a look at it. Appreciate you, Nimrods. Reevaluate them based on the streams. Some of these might meet the criteria. Yeah. All right. Hey, Summit, you're majoring in business. I like that. Minor in accounting, want to pursue law, though. Hey, W setup. That's freaking dope, Summit. That is freaking dope. Hey, the fact that you're studying business, minoring in accounting, but want to pursue law, you're about to be the holy trifecta of just an amazing corporate wizard. You know what I'm saying? Like your ability to understand business models, to read and understand the numbers, but then also have downside protection as well as like understand the nuances of regulation and law and documentation and all that. That is the Swiss Army knife of, in my opinion, one of the most talented business professionals in the world. Now, what you want to do after that, that's totally up to you. You can go into corporate law, you can become an accountant, you become a business owner or anything. Hopefully through the content and through the streams, I nudge you to be an amazing holding company or private equity business shred lord. Hey, but chase your dreams. Hey, Summit, if there's one thing I would say, you're about to enter, you're already in the last year of college. I would say if you don't have a offer lined up already post-grad, I would say go heads down, network your butt off, and just strive and try your best. Try your absolute best to just stay focused, right? And Summit, you got to understand this, man. It's like, I said this yesterday, but like the two biggest curses that you could ever have on a builder is distraction and inaction. All right. And that applies to you as well as a student. Like if you're in this season, stay so locked. The fun that you have in college does not compare to the fun that you will have when you're a millionaire in your 20s. I will tell you that, champ. Nothing even compares to it. So screw the fun, screw the parties, the sororities, the fraternities and all that. Forget about it, dude. Lock in. GTO, get the offer, secure the bag, and then prep to absolutely crush it. And then prep to absolutely crush it when you start. Why? Because you're top dog right now on campus. Oh, I'm a senior. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I'm doing this, and boom, boom. But once you graduate, you're at the bottom of the totem pole. And it's the most humbling experience in the entire world. So, Summit, I encourage you. I challenge you. Lock in to be a beast. So that you can graduate, and when you graduate, you are the #1 first-year analyst in anything that you're doing, or you're the #1 law school student, or like whatever that might be, right? Set these next 6 to 8 months that you have left of school to be simply domination mode. Hold on, you said something. You said I kind of fell off because of my girl. Summit, come on, man. Summit, come on, man. Come on, bro. You typing the wrong messages in the chat, man. You telling me you fell off because of your girl. You supposed to be telling me you leveled up because of your girl. Come on, dude. I hope your girl watching this stream. Or if not, send her this clip. Look, if you're going to date Summit, you should 10x his potential because he certainly will 10x yours. Okay? Let me say that again. If you are going to date Summit, you should 10x his potential because he will be 10xing yours. You know what I'm saying? Look, bro. That's how we rolling, man. If you're not adding value, you're detracting value. Nah, but W Summit for having a W girl, all right? I'm sure you all are madly in love. I'm sure that there's incredible chemistry. I'm sure you met the families and you all have all types of synergies, right? But I'll tell you this. And I'm going to keep it a buck, Summit. All them cute dates ain't about to build an empire. All that pillow talking ain't about to build an empire. All them joint collab TikToks, both y'all dancing to little trending songs, that ain't gonna build an empire. You know what I'm saying? If this is the one, Summit, which I assume how you said it in the chat, this might be, you know, you didn't say a girl, you said my girl. So you going strong with this one. And congrats on that. I got commitment issues, so I don't know how to do that. But it seems like you're going strong on this. And if you're going strong on this, man, your eyes should be set towards building something with her. Marriage, family, all that. You know what I'm saying? And if that's the case, you want to be able to tell your future kids and your future grandkids about the great lock-in. You want to tell them about this season when you were a senior in college, where you realized that you were a freaking beast, a mogul in progress, right? You want to tell them about this season. And then you want to say, look, grandkids, your grandma held me down my senior year of college. Your grandma motivated me to get up and get the heck after it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, you know? That's where a lot of cats get it wrong around here, boys. A lot of cats get it wrong around here. They out here trying to be like, oh, I just want to date. I want to mess around. I want to pop into the sororities. I want to go travel to Cancun. I want to go hang out with the fast chicks. That does not build compounding interest. Stay locked, boys. What y'all say? Hey, Rich Topic out here is spreading some gospel. You said get back up. You more important. Love don't fill the money bag. It's kind of required for me to lock in because her family is rich. Oh. Summit. Brother. My brother in finance. Let me get some water because we got to talk about this, y'all. So, You trying to tell me you hit the jackpot by finding a shorty with bread. What'd I say? Oh, brother in finance. Wait, Rich. Who? Me or Summit? Rich is a fool. Rich is a fool. Look, if I ain't gonna hold y'all up, boys. We got a little story time. I didn't had my fair share of walking around this earth as a shred lord, meeting beautiful women. And when I tell y'all, I met some that came from insane families. I'm talking, one of the girls I talked to, like, I can't give away too much, that's sensitive. But like her dad was like a big media exec. Her mom had her own, no, not a media exec, that was different. Her dad was the owner of like one of the largest facility maintenance companies in California. Her mom was head of an entire investment banking firm. They was living out there in the private gates of Beverly Hills, y'all. But you know, little old me, I was poor. I was fresh from the West Side. And I was like, I can't be having them thinking I'm some poverty project. They ain't about to be thinking they can cover my flight for the family trips. I ain't make it yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't want this cheat code. I don't want this shortcut. You know what I'm saying? Granted, that was a dumb decision. I fumbled the bag. Things could have been a lot easier, right? But at the time, I was a senior in college. And I was like, no shot. Not me. I want to be the breadwinner across both of our last names. You know what I'm saying? It was very stupid. So, Summit, don't be like me, all right? I let my ego get in the way. Now you, my friend, you can play this strategically, all right? Because if this all works out and you marry into the family, that's a W win generationally for your last name, all right? But the key is, you got to lock in, because this is the mega play here, right? This is the mega play. You meet someone that's an incredible person without their family. That's a W. First and foremost, people out here be marrying simply for the last name, simply for the family. That's an L setup. That's a divorce waiting to happen, right? But if you can meet someone and you mesh incredibly well together with or without their socioeconomic status, that's a W. So I'm hoping you and your girl have that, Summit. Second of all, you then have to prove to the family that you're potentially dating into that you are a builder, that you are a dog. Whoever generated the wealth in their family, whether it's the grandpa, the grandma, the father, or the mother, whoever it might be, whoever started that wealth for that family on her side, they got to look at you and be like, oh yeah, he built like that. He may not have everything right now, but I can see it in his eyes. He got that dog in him. You know what I'm saying? Whoever was the first leg of generational wealth in that girl's family, when they see you, they should smell aura. They should just see that something about you, you're built different. If we talking solo leveling language, your tag might say E rank, but you're giving S rank aura. All right? That's what you gotta be doing, twin. You know what I'm saying? And what does that require? That requires you to lock the heck in. When you're spending time with her and all that, be like, girl, you comfortable. You ain't gotta go hard. I gotta go hard. So while she out there doing rich girl stuff, be like, I ain't got time for that. I really don't got time for that. I'm trying to build. Alex Saber, what up, legend? Welcome back, dog. What you asking me, Alex Saber? You asked me another question, too. Can we be at the sororities post offer? Facts. Yup. Go ahead, man. Enjoy it. You secured the bag. But you said Kenny didn't visit any sororities during the UMich days. I did. And I corrected my mistakes. Freshman year, I was psh. You see, the issue was I was chilling. I was coasting. Freshman, because the thing is, when I got to college, I had nothing but hunger. I had nothing to lose. So I had to get the bag, secure the offer. I secured Morgan Stanley my freshman year. I was like one of 5 nationally that had like a Wall Street, like big bank internship for the whole summer. Morgan Stanley. I secured that, crushed it that summer, got return offers, and then I got comfortable. I was like, I'm the Wall Street kid. I'm going to go hang out, party, do this and that. But what I realized is I catapulted in a whole new stratosphere of competition. My freshman year competition, bums. I then was able to spend a summer in New York. I met Ivy League kids. I had Ivy League friends then. I then, recruited into another team within Morgan Stanley. I had to face that whole different world. I joined investment clubs on campus where all of the top students in my class started to swim and mingle. So sophomore year was a humbling experience. It was also the first year of the business school, right? So I had to really just lock in, y'all. I had to really, really, really lock in. I thought I was the king of the world as a freshman. I was like, I got this job guaranteed. I just got to keep going back every single summer. And then I realized, I was like, there is levels to this. You crushed it with sell side, but I don't want to be there. I'm an investor. So now I had to have this whole new goal set up of trying to get to the buy side, right? Then I had to be getting mentored by my friends in the investment clubs that worked at places like freaking Apollo, hedge funds, Goldman Sachs, Special Situations Group, Bridgewater, the hedge fund, all kinds of things. I had to realize that there is truly levels to this. So when I realized, I was like, all right, I was on top of the world freshman year, but then I joined a whole different league, and now I'm back at the bottom of the totem pole. And then that's when I set the vision and the goal, and I was like, I want to get back to the top. I want to work at Blackstone. I want to be the only person from this school that gets a private equity job at Blackstone. And that was my vision, and that was my goal. I locked back in. I said goodbye, sororities. All the friends that were out there partying, smoking, drinking, and all that. I was like, peace out, dogs. We had a place in Ross. Let me show y'all. It was called Tazi. It was called Tazi. It's called the Tazi Finance Center. And when I tell y'all, I lived in Tazi. Literally, I lived in Tazi. Right? This is where all the investment clubs met. Right down here. And this was in the basement. We had Bloomberg in here. We had CNBC playing on the TV. All we did was just sit and remain locked in, trying to find incredible investments. This is what we was here for. And the only people that were down there at all hours of the day were the finance nerds. I'm talking the kids that had no social life, no friends. All they were obsessed with were the markets. And I don't want to be racist, but there was a lot of white and Asian kids in there, and Indian kids that were just the traditional 4.0 bunch, And I was like, why are people out here drinking Four Locos on a Tuesday when I got freaking Yanwei in the Finance Tazi Center talking about special situations, talking about adjusted book value, talking about pitching these different stocks or this M&A transaction. And by the way, this kid got a hedge fund offer. He's about to be making millions of dollars when he's 25. Why am I hanging out with Joe Blow drinking Four Locos when I could be hanging out with Yanwei about to be making millions of dollars? True story, by the way. Yanwei is an actual person. You know what I'm saying? So, Alex Sable. I had to just handle that. You know, I had to just handle it. And then you say, how do I strike the balance between being locked in and also personable? Well, first and foremost, I read this book. Boom. How to Win Friends and Influence People. This is one of the greatest books you all could ever read to just know how to understand people and connect with people. I highly recommend everyone to read this book. Like, it's a must read. Everyone's got to read this book. All right? But being personable, you got to understand your edge. My edge is not IQ, right? Granted, I'm super smart because I have experience now, guys, when it comes to investing. But I'm a hustler, straight up. I'm a get it out the mud type of guy. And my shortcut to getting out the mud is figure out who got it. Learn from them one-on-one. Who do I need to meet? Put me in a room full of randoms. I'm coming out with 50 best friends. That was my cheat code. I was born with this. I'm always like this, though. So that's very unique to me, Alex. I've always been extremely outgoing, personable. I love people. I'm not intimidated by a lot of people. If there's room for the billionaires, I won't be ashamed to ask them all a million questions. I want to learn as much as I can about them. I want to learn as much as I can from them. And I'm not afraid to look stupid. I'll say whatever I need to say. You know what I'm saying? I was locked, y'all. But this was the Tazi Center, y'all. I was down here in them, and and guess what? They got no internet or no Wi-Fi down or cellular signal. I ain't getting no text. They did have Wi-Fi, but I didn't connect my personal phone to the Wi-Fi. All I needed was these. You see these Bloombergs? That's a Bloomberg right there, where you can check businesses, tickers, all kinds of things. So we was locked in, twin. We was locked in, Alex. What are they saying? This is the listing for the numbers I gave you earlier. I don't know what you sent me. What is that, Summon? Wait, Ethan asked, you got received from me, I don't want to go to college, but I want to buy a business and be rich. And that is completely okay. You don't even have to go to college these days. I kind of had to because that's the only thing I had going for me. I wasn't talented with my hands, so I couldn't do any trade. So this is my only method out the hood. And this is my only way out. But there's so many other ways now. You guys can start incredible businesses without having to go to college. You live in a world of vibe coding to where you don't need anything now to build a multi-billion-dollar business. Scale it to a few years, just sell it on Flipper. You already got cash to start an incredible investment career. And you're on my stream. This is literally hedge fund, private equity university when you hop on these streams. You know how deep guys, think about the last 7 days of what we did on stream. We got in the mix with diligence and understanding businesses and investing. This is pretty much a university. Send me an email. I'll give you guys a certificate of completion at the end of the year. All right? Y'all getting y'all PhD, Kenny Finance style. Because we, poor, hungry, and determined. We get it out the mud, y'all. We get it out the mud. This is the listing. All right, can you join that investment club without college? Nah, this one was unique. Because at Michigan, they had like tiers of investment clubs. They had MII, which was like one of the best clubs for like the undergraduate program. And then they had Maize and Blue, which was a like school-sponsored MBA and BBA undergraduate program. So like this investment club included like professional MBAs that have been working for 10 plus years and undergraduates. And it's all investing dogs. And there's like a crazy interview process and everything. So my sophomore year, that was when I got in the mix. That's when I got in the mix. That's my strategy. That's why I'm on here and follow your channel. I appreciate you, Chris. I appreciate you, legend. Hey, Constantly Crafting Creations. How the heck you doing? Happy Sundays. Hope you're doing incredibly well. We're out. It's a good transition to start looking at some stocks, right? It's some good transitions to looking at some stocks. Thank you for giving us the nudge. Let me see what we got here. Let me see what they get. Did I miss anybody's message? Put it back in the chat if I missed it, y'all. Because y'all had me on a tangent. Hey, Summit. I hope what I said makes sense, twin. I hope what I said makes sense, all right? Oh, wait. Constantly Crafting Creations. What's your thesis on these? Are you buyer or seller? What do they do? And let me know if you're officially pitching this for Chat Capital, because there is a standardized process. We do have an investment memo process that we have to do. Wait, we looked at this yesterday, didn't we? Guys, didn't we do this yesterday? RKLB. I remember this one. Wait, yeah, this one is a satellite one. Up 400%. Wait, isn't this the one that who was it yesterday? Jackson? Didn't Jackson tell us no on this? But because I think you may have missed yesterday. Let me give you a really quick recap. There is one concerning thing when it comes to this business. Constantly Crafting Creations, Triple C. I like that name for you, Triple C. The number one issue that we have with the business right now, yeah, see, it even put us back to the page we were on yesterday, guys. But for everyone that is new here, and for Twitch, because if you guys are on Twitch, welcome to Shred Lord Sundays, where we look at stocks and businesses. This business is partnering with MNOs to provide great cellular service via satellites all across the world, right? That's the thesis. Very similar to SpaceX, or not Starlink. The only issue is here's the P&L. And as the P&L shows, this business has no revenue. You know? It has no revenue at all. It's burning money. No revenue. It has all these partnerships. Nothing's turned to fruition. And it's ripped 400%. And with that, that means that this is a very sensitive stock to where, like, if the timeline to generate commercialization and revenue is delayed by any significant bunch, if a satellite goes out, if they lose a big customer, that rip, aka the promise that investors are buying into, that thing's going to fall hard. That thing's going to fall very hard. It had an incredible year, but I think broadly the space race had a good year. So now the question is, like, how much more does this thing have to run? And I just checked my drop frames, and we're still at 0% drop frames. So this thing is still working while we're multi-streaming. I am so freaking geeked. This is so dope. All right. So, Nadal, I appreciate you tuning in. Hope you had an incredible day. Catch us tomorrow, right? But, okay, so that's ASTS. But did we look at RKLB, Rocket Lab? Edwin, you said yes, right? Oh, yeah, we did. Oh, okay. Rocket Lab. Let's see. Does this one make money? Let's see. RKLB. Oh, is it on? Are these on my tickers? Is it on my tickers, y'all? I might not be on my tickers already. Oh, yeah. Also, guys, we reached out to the chief marketing person at Rocket Lab here because they're based in Long Beach. I'm going to try to get us like a Cleo Abrams style like tour, an interview of the rockets. Wouldn't that be dope? That'd be kind of cool, right? We're going to try to get some tours of some rockets. If anybody got a plug here, let me know so I can get in this. That's cool. This looks dope. All right, but let's check out for investors, quarterly results, Q2, Q3. Show me that filing, man. I'm trying to see that filing, twin. Yo, let's see this filing. And Constantly Crafting Creations, this is how we look at businesses. We like to go in here and we like to check out what is truly happening on the P&L level. We're trying to see what's happening with the revenues. And as you can see, this one, ASTS generated no dollars. But this one here, they're generating mad cash. They're already doing $422 million of revenue, product and service revenue. They're crushing it, but they're burning a lot, though. Where's their net loss? Yeah. They're already burning over 3/4, $145 million. Granted, that all these businesses are going to be burning. This is a very new CapEx heavy space, so you can't penalize them for burning. But it's like the pathway to commercialization, like that's what's key. But let's see how the stock has been performing overall versus KLB. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. So if I had to pick one, I honestly would pick this one because this one has like a real path to profitability. They're just more advanced, right? And I think they have completely different business models, by the way. I think this one, like, I think Rocket Lab, they're banking on like, what are they? We read it yesterday. Dang, I learned so much. It was like the neutron and then the electron, something like that, like a neutron rocket and then electron rocket. compare the business models of Rocket Lab and ASTS. Both have grown considerably in 2025, but want to understand from a value-oriented long-short equity hedge fund investor lens, who has a defensible moat, who has a better path to commercialization and profitability, who has stickier. What's the play here? And are there better assets in this niche or value chain? And I'm going to give you guys a little preview, but there's like, not photonics. Boom. I was trying to hide some of my other deep theses, but I'm going to let AI get into it. All right. So let's rock. So Rocket Lab is a vertically integrated infrastructure play with a picks and shovels mode, while ASTS is a high margin platform play with a network effect mode, primarily because of their MNO network. All right. So the business model comparison: vertically integrated launch and satellite manufacturing, and theirs is space-based cellular broadband recurring revenue service. Their execution integration, high flight heritage, 69 successful launches, and in-house component manufacturing. And theirs is all about IP and like the spectrum agreements with MNO. So these are two drastically different businesses, by the way. You can think of ASTS as literally like a Boost Mobile equivalent with satellites. That's where they get their service. And Rocket Lab is literally like a large industrial style rocket manufacturer and shipper. They produce rockets in-house and they ship it out, right? If anything, ASTS might even be a customer of Rocket Lab, right? Rocket Lab might create satellites or rockets that then ASTS has like their spectrum model to, and it like sends it down, right? So they're kind of drastically two different businesses. So like if they're two different businesses, the overall cost structure and margin profile are also going to be drastically different, as well as the CapEx needs are going to be really different as well. Like Rocket Lab is actually building rockets. ASTS is just like sending like a router to the moon or to space. That makes sense, guys? We're about to get deep in here, all right? Because you guys already got me cooking. Oh, snap. Nate Safer, how we doing? I have a heady long on South Korea via ETF options. Ooh. Wait a minute. Hey, spill the deeds. Spill the deeds. Have a heady long on South Korea? What's happening in South Korea? I kind of like that. Alex asked me if there's any crazy stories from my Wall Street years. Oh yeah, Jackson's back. What up, Jackson? Thank you so much. Jackson, can you please refresh us of your thesis? Just the fact that they have no revenue. Crazy market cap. What y'all saying? Might be rumor, but I've heard Apple is looking to integrate ASTS with their iPhone 18 Pros in September. Now the issue is if they don't, they're chalked. And if they do, it's kind of like, I don't know. Apple has so many different like providers and players embedded into those phones. There's so many folks. Hey guys, I'm so proud of this ticker down below. Oh, Jackson, if you see, I put our ticker down below. Right there, UEIC. That's all you, champ. So that we can see over the course of the year how wrong we were on your value play. And I talked to Boogie after stream and we were both like, wow, like that, like this guy, he brought a hardcore real value oriented thesis. So we were very proud of you for that, man. W Jackson for pitching a really great stock yesterday. A really good play. And I was wondering, it was like, do we just need to, like, is the positioning better that we like educate ourselves more on like how value almost distressed investments are before we pitch one? Because we might have set you up for failure, Jackson, by pitching all these crazy AI, Micron, and memory stocks that have crazy rips, and then we showed a 90% dip in Universal Electronics, and then you pitched it. So Maybe we got to ease into it and have like a distress day where we just look at all the distress ones. But I wanted to add it to our tickers so that we're constantly reminded of if we took a fat L or if we avoided a absolute mess. Let me catch up on chat, Richard, because I'm about to cook with this Rocket Lab thing, yo. Any crazy stories from Wall Street years? You name it. You name it, I saw it. None of like the wild, like unethical stuff. None of that. But just like crazy late nights, like crazy deals, insane businesses, cutthroat attitude. Sometimes I've seen it all. Yeah, but nothing unethical. I didn't see none of like that weird stuff you be seeing in the news. But like I never seen anything like unethical like that. Like the places that I worked are literally the two most prestigious, buttoned up, best in class, incredible culture. Like the first day on the job, Steve Schwarzman said to my entire analyst class, if you do anything to tarnish the reputation of Blackstone, you will be fired. You'll never get another job in finance. That's how serious they are about integrity. So, I followed orders, and I was a good guy. All right. But Rich Stop said, I got you. But if I can learn from you, I'll be here every day. I'm already reading on the books and things you listed out. Hey, I told you. Rich Topic out here trying to make some money moves, man. And what we put together for Hothead earlier this week, that was a crazy play, wasn't it? We really put Hothead on. Do you guys know Hothead's 14? I think 14 or 15. And that cat's out there reading these books about real estate and private equity, and we gave him a whole brand building playbook and private equity playbook. That cat's about to be a star. Like everyone in here, like even the college folks, the grown-ups, like the young, like everyone in here, if you guys just like, look, I'm literally going to do everything that I can to be a beast this year. If you guys do it as well and apply it to your niches, we're all about to win. It's about to be crazy. So shout out to you, Rich Topic. I'm proud of you, man. Keep it up, bro. Keep it up. Do you have a Discord? Because I'm trying to send a biz. Yeah. Let me find the Discord for you. I'll paste it I'll pin it in the link. Discord for the boys. For the twin them. I'm overdue on Discord messages too, by the way, y'all. I gotta catch back up on Discord messages. See what y'all talking about. And make sure y'all put y'all stocks and stuff in here too. For the boys. All right. For the boys. There we go. That's the Discord. That's the Discord link for the Shred Lords. For the Shred Lords. I am so curious though, Nate Sifa, about this Hetty Long on South Korea. All right, so back to you, Constantly Crafted Creations, Triple C. Back to you. Let's talk about these deals, huh? All right, so the boom, high switching costs. Okay, extremely high due to integration into the carrier networks. Near term break even driven by high margins. Binary profitable by 2027 if the constellation reaches critical mass. All right. So these like have two different modes. So the Rocket Lab has a functional mode. Their ability to build the satellite, launch it on their own rocket, and manage it in orbit creates a one-stop shop that is hard for competitors to replicate without massive capex. Facts. It's kind of like a race to capex. You build the darn things that can ship out there and stay up there, you win. ASTS is a regulatory mode, meaning that they partner with existing MNOs to use their licensed spectrum. They avoid the interference issues facing Starlink's direct-to-cell efforts, and once a carrier integrates ASTS into their customer billing, it becomes like a utility revenue service stream. I like that. But the key is you got to like actually win the graces of the like you're at the you're at the disposal of the MNOs. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the key thing. So you're at the disposal of the MNOs. So if like the MNOs are like, hey, your service sucks, your pricing's too bad, or, you know, the connectivity for the customers in this particular region is just like not working, right? Like if you lose any of them, it's like going to be really tough. And I doubt ASTS is going to like actually sign all the largest MNOs in like 1 year. It's likely going to be one big win. I mean, they have the partnerships with most of them, but it's going to be like one big chunky revenue from Verizon this year. Then it's going to be Verizon and AT&T the next year. Then it's going to be AT&T and, I don't know, Sprint the next year. I don't even know where Sprint is. Little things like that, right? So you're going to see like some pretty sizable chunky revenue bits on the ASTS side. And the key is like they have revenue commitments now and kind of like a pipeline of dollars, but they have to execute, right? Like it's like if it's really difficult for them to just like be operational and work, like if anything goes wrong with whatever they're trying to do, this one's done for a quick dip, you know? So we got to be really careful with that. All right, the play. Long Rocket Lab from a value-oriented investor. RKLB is the safer infrastructure bet. Yep, I like that. I agree with that too. And then this one is the winner takes most telecom play. Oh yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Telecom. So ASDS is really just like a telecom business. So you gotta look at the comps of like how telecom players are trading. Sierra Turner, how we doing, legend? Welcome to Shred Lord Sorensen and Stock Sundays. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much. Welcome and hope you're having an incredible day, legend. We're sitting here talking about aerospace and telecom stocks. But like when it comes broadly to the space race, like ASTS and Rocket Lab, they're just kind of like, they're hyper-focused on the end solution, things in space, right? But there's like so many other like really fascinating niche businesses that are providing essential pieces of equipment, component, hardware, chips, optics, everything that, you know, like these space brands are spending CapEx dollars on something besides steel, right? And if you're bullish on space and you're bullish on the space race, you might as well just look deeper and deeper into the value chain to see like where's there starting to become potential bottlenecks. Because if everyone is racing to get, like if everyone is just like obsessed over this race, think about it this way. Let me talk to y'all for a sec. Think about it this way. If everyone is obsessed with this 100-meter race, everyone in town is simply going to be lining up to race for something that's coming in a year. Everyone's like, we got to do this marathon. We got to do this marathon. We got to do this Chat Capital marathon. What am I going to sell as a business? I'm going to sell shoes. If I know everyone in town is going to be participating in this race and folks really want to get there, I'm going to sell shoes. Or if anything, I'm going to sell the shoelaces that make the shoes more lighter for people that are trying to win, right? Or I'm gonna make the bubbles that go under the shoes so that it's like it's a soft cushion and stuff if it's a long marathon. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna sell the things that people need that are going to be in shortage before they even start the race. And what is that for like the space world? That for the space world are things like optics and sensors, mission critical subsystems, of course, really big integrators like this, right? Little things like that. You know what I'm saying? During a gold rush, sell the shovels. That's what I'm talking about. During the gold rush, sell the freaking shovels. Hey, Jalen, what's up, legend? What's up, Shred Lord? Your first thing in the chat is giving us absolute game. What up, bro? What the heck is up, bro? Quantum computing is taking leaps in utilization? Hell yeah. Clean cut. I'm looking clean too. Yeah, sir. Yo. Hey, if y'all don't know, that's literally my actual little brother. Wow, we got the whole family here. Earlier this week, we had my nephew. Now we got my little brother in here. We out here making smart money moves for the chat, y'all. Making smart money moves. All right, but I love how Edwin says, during a gold rush, sell the shovels. So it's like the concept of when there's a gold rush, oh yeah, wow. You and at the same time, Edwin and Rich Topic has the same thing. But exactly. When there's a gold rush, sell the shovels. And if anything, sell the fasteners and screws that connect shovels together. Why? Well, not connect them together, but like to assemble a shovel. Because here's the thing. The gold rush happens. Everyone goes for a shovel. Eventually, shovels run out. So then you need to make more shovels. So then they start pressuring all the suppliers of different solutions, like the wood, the fasteners, the steel, or I don't know what that heavy thing is on a shovel, whatever that is. Find those little things because that's the next shortage, right? That's what's key here. Hey, Jackson SoundCloud is sending an absolute message. Retail investors rush, sell the shovels, space, quantum, boom. So what's the play, Jackson? What would you say is like the number one thing to do? I was at the CES last week, y'all, and there's actually another dude in the subscriber community that put us on a lot of game when it came to quantum. What was his name, y'all? Pinan? Pinan was like a big quantum expert. He was in the chat. And I sent him some notes, by the way, too, just on quantum. But I love how Jackson's like, don't touch space or quantum with a 10-foot pole. Uh-oh. Wait, why not quantum, Jackson? What are your thoughts on quantum? Quantum. I don't even know what the heck quantum is. This is where I know my circle of competence, and it's definitely not this. What is quantum? In simple terms, the minimum amount of any physical entity involved in an interaction. Jalen, so what's the play with quantum? Why is everyone excited about quantum? Oh, quantum computing. It promises to solve problems impossible for classical. Wait, isn't that just AI? I don't get it. If you understand the basics of quantum computing, you would understand it's not useful for the calculations needed for most processing. What do you mean? So, quantum computing is kind of like super hyper fast advanced computers that are solving solutions that we don't actually need it to solve. Meaning that like it has the potential to solve 12th grade crazy stuff, but we only need right now for most of the processing, we're at like 2nd grade. So it's not really needed. Is that what you're trying to say? False. It's just computers that have bits that can be both 0 and 1 at the same time. Not faster, much. Bro, you just confused me more. Jackson, explain it to me like I'm a 4th grader. All right? I need to understand at a very fundamental level what the heck is going on. What are the businesses? You know what? I'm going to Gemini. Both of you guys aren't helping me. Jalen says they've made leaps recently in usage and its power is 1000x power of computers. Fascinating. So, with that in mind, let's do. Okay. Let's go to Gemini. Should we use ChatGPT? Which one has more quantum? Wait, you know, is there a Mark Rober? Mark Rober, quantum. My channel is about quantum physics and quantum. Or is there Cleo Abrams? Cleo Abrams, quantum. You think we're gonna get banned if we watch this segment? For example, the number. Wait. For example, number 8 in binary is 1000. Number 9 is 1001. Bro, how does that lead to levered free cash flow? A quantum computer could have 8 and 9 as simultaneous in a calculation. Okay. You guys are giving me a headache. I'm not a science guy. All right, here we go. This guy, these guys are so elite. Like when it comes to just like YouTube, these cats are so elite. Do you guys know Marquise Brownlee? An epic OG tech YouTuber guy. He's been doing this for like 20 years, y'all. And then her, y'all don't understand. She's a dog. She's like, her ability to break down the incredible stories of what's happening in the world of tech is so impressive. It's so impressive. Like she takes the most optimistic science in the entire world and breaks it down into like understandable, simple, plain English, and it gets you so excited about it. Can we like learn this together for like 5 seconds, guys? I really want to learn. Do you guys want to learn too? We don't have to if you don't want to. We can get back to stocks. But I just actually want to learn what's happening with quantum. Why am I asking for permission?
So, this is it.
This is a quantum computer.
This is a quantum computer.
Here I am seeing a real-life quantum computer for the very first time with my friend and king of tech YouTube, Marquez Brownlee.
Literally king of tech.
I'm finally understanding why quantum computers are such a big deal.
Quantum computers.
Quantum technology.
What on earth is a quantum computer?
Bits, qubits. Try all the codes at once.
Whichever nation first develops a practical quantum computer will have a tremendous advantage.
Quantum supremacy.
I see a lot of news about quantum computers, and it's always extremely confusing.
That was really well done.
It is
and
confusing.
I still need to
All right, let's get.
But also, it's often wrong. Quantum computers aren't supercomputers. They aren't bigger, faster versions of what we use
Jackson,
now.
how do you know all
There's
these things?
something totally different. And that difference is actually
Because like you literally were like an expert value-oriented investor talking about distressed investments yesterday. Now you know quantum. Are you like a genius? Are you literally a genius? What the heck?
the key to understanding why they're such a big deal. Why governments around the world are
Okay, here we
battling.
go. Let's get to the mix. Why is
So it
quantum
works.
boom boom
Not
boom the
broken.
quantum video
I swear
game?
I'm usually good with tech, but
Like the
All right, here we go.
Well, here, let me show you the one that we can like play with. This is it.
this is a quantum computer.
This is a quantum computer.
Bro, who needs a quantum computer?
The quantum computer is a chip in this one here, but this whole thing keeps the quantum computer working at insanely cold temperatures like we talked about.
So this is all refrigerator technology.
Oh,
So all of these
that's an investment.
cables
If
that you
quantum's
see
gonna pop
here on
off,
the side
hey,
carry
if quantum's gonna pop off, we are going to likely need. If quantum's gonna pop off, we're likely going to need cooling solutions. I don't know if they do air or liquid cooling, but like if this stuff is popping off, like we're gonna really need cooling solutions. And there are businesses that provide that.
signals down through the fridge into the processor, and then they do their quantum stuff, and it comes up.
Quantum
And it
stuff.
goes to these room temperature control electronics, and they turn it into things that humans can understand.
That is a quantum computer.
That's wild.
We were allowed to touch it, which was cool. Oh my God.
So I think it's really funny that when people generally talk about like the difference between classical and quantum computers, people are like, okay, well, you know how a classical computer works, right? But like the truth is that like nobody knows that. A simplification of it is it comes down to bits.
Bits. Oh,
And
snap.
bits are made out of pieces of silicon, and you have, you know, tens of thousands to millions of them
Okay.
in your computer. And they can either be in the state 0 or 1. We call it the ground state or the excited state.
Jackson, you literally said this. Stop being so humble. You're literally a genius. You're the genius. Jalen's a physicist. You guys are all geniuses. We got geniuses in the chat. W for the smart kids. Meanwhile, I'm the hustler. I learned so much just talking from you guys. This is so smart. Wait, the big takeaway from today's stream, we might understand quantum.
And everything that you type into your computer, like all words, all numbers, all colors, get translated into computer speech. But it's very binary, right? A quantum computer is run on qubits.
Qubits aren't like bits. They aren't a 1 or a 0. They're more complex. Think of this like a wave. A qubit could be really likely to be 0, which means a lower energy wave. Or it could be really likely to be 1, which means a higher energy wave. And each qubit has a probability of being each. When a quantum computer is working,
What
the
qubit are y'all, 1 or
probabilities
0?
of multiple qubits interact.
And they add constructively or destructively, just like waves would. If you were to like tap like 2 places in a pond.
You know how when you like explain something to a 2-year-old and they just keep going, why? And they have to explain it again and you go, why? Yeah. My question is, as the controller of the computer, you decide what about those probabilities?
Basically, you are altering the probabilities while you're running an algorithm.
It's a common misconception that quantum computers try all the options. That's not right. This is simplified, but it's more like a quantum computer kind of watches the pond. It watches how all of those waves interact and then finds the most likely answer. If this is all confusing, don't worry. All you really need to know is that quantum computers calculate things very differently than classical computers do. And that makes them good at different things.
Like
Quantum
what?
computers are not going to be faster at everything than a classical computer. Like, it's not good for addition, right? Because your calculator and your phone is perfectly good at that. But the things that quantum computers are good at is finding structure in tons of data. And if you're interested, we can close it back up.
Absolutely. Put us to work.
Is anyone else still confused?
Yeah.
Let's go back to our virtual
I'm still
map.
pretty confused.
So we have our boats, and we're floating around discovering new parts of this map. One of the first new areas of interest is simulating nature.
Simulation of nature seems really interesting. Why is nature one of the things?
So nature fundamentally is quantum, and it obeys quantum physics. We just don't normally see it. But if you look at like a molecular level and like the atomic structure of molecules, everything has to follow the laws of quantum physics. It's really hard to calculate what a material or what an atom is going to do past a certain size. So at a certain point, it just can't do it. But if you're interested in like developing battery technology or creating new materials that have, you know, long chains of molecules,
bioscience,
you're gonna need a quantum
EVs.
computer.
This is why
I'm not
people are
bullish
so
on any of those.
excited. Think of the new materials or medicines or molecules that we could make if we could better predict the way that nature behaves at a molecular scale.
Bro, can't AI do that already? Okay, here's my question. Can't AI already do this? It's a dumb question. But if I put in the ChatGPT Pro mode, help me find a cure to this particular disease using all of this 1 million line data set. Why do I need a quantum computer for that? AI can do that. Or is quantum going to like solve the big issues that have crazy, wild, even bigger unstructured data? Like, what are those problems that quantum are going to, like what problems actually is quantum going to be solving that's like actually commercial and big, like big picture for the world? Or is it going to be processing a bunch of just like lab studies that doesn't generate revenue? What's happening here? Because eventually, with all this stuff, I assume quantum is consuming a lot of CapEx and research and development and grant dollars and VC dollars. All this stuff has to generate revenue and cash flow eventually, or it ends really badly. No one just like gives away free money unless this is a nonprofit. So like, what actually is like, you guys know like that meme where it's like your head's, you got like smoke coming out your head because like your engine's about to blow up. That's what's happening. This stuff is so confusing.
Oh yeah.
I get to your message constantly. Graphic creations, the longer one.
There you go. Boom.
Okay, so simulating nature is something that quantum computers could be amazing at. But we're also getting closer to another use for quantum computing, one that people and governments are more concerned about.
Completely new encryption algorithms.
Break encryption.
Quantum-resistant encryption.
A fully functional quantum computer could be built with code-breaking capabilities that could render all forms of online encryption unreliable.
Okay, now this is the one that I've been waiting to ask about. Okay. Why is everybody so obsessed with talking about quantum computers and encryption?
So the first major algorithm that was developed for quantum computers is Shor's algorithm, named after Peter Shor. Super nice guy. He invented an algorithm which basically can find factors, prime factors, for really large numbers. Why does anyone care about this? Because that's the basis for RSA encryption, which is basically how all transactions on the internet are conducted. And the entire reason that all of our encryption schemes today work that way is because it's basically impossible to crack that with a brute force classical algorithm. It would take, I think it's like billions of years. But a quantum computer could do that way more efficiently. We're talking hours to days.
Wow.
So this global race now makes a ton of sense. Whoever gets a quantum computer to actually do this has a big, obvious advantage.
But we haven't done that yet. That's one of the ones that requires probably like 1 million qubits or more to do, but we're working up to it.
So we're not going to be using quantum computers to break all internet security right now. Today, we're at 433 qubits, the record set by IBM. 400 to 1,000,000 qubits is
Pause. I have a question. Will any of this stuff matter when we go to a crypto world anyway? Isn't crypto supposed to be the ultimate encryption of... I don't even know what crypto is. I know what crypto is, but I don't know like how they define it in the world of like decentralized finance. Oh, this obliterates crypto? Wait, how? You say we need 1 million, we're at 1,000. Elliptical curve cracking. Jalen says every piece of a computer is technology that advances. Quantum computers can handle extreme workload. There is quantum proof cryptography, though. This obliterates crypto. Bitcoin is vulnerable to quantum decrypt. Oh! So if we make advances... Fireship 2026 trends? What is that? Is it in the Discord? Is it in Discord? Or, Bitcoin is vulnerable to... Oh. So, Gemini, I need you. So I have a question about quantum. What is it in simple investor PE head terms? Why is it important? And how does it Let's see what they're saying. Hold on, guys. I need to ask my my analyst. I'm asking my analyst something, guys, real quick. While a classic computer, the one you're using now, works like a librarian looking through books one by one to find it. Ooh, you guys should have broke it down like this. You guys literally confused me. We're not all as smart as you. All right? Have some grace for those in the back of the class that need to stay after for office hours. Talking about cryptography and Fireship and quantum decrypt as if that's normal English. No one knows these things besides you three. JK, props to y'all. Y'all so dang smart. All right, I'm learning this literally from scratch. All right. From the top, learn. You guys ever seen that meme where it's like the Chinese boy where it just like opens up the book and he's just like... That's what I'm doing right now. Just information in my head. Come, please. All right. While a classical computer, the one I'm using now, works like a librarian looking through books one by one to find an answer, a quantum computer works like the entire library being opened and read simultaneously. Boom. That makes sense. I understand it now. It uses qubits to process information in multiple states at once, allowing it to solve problems in seconds that would take today's supercomputers trillions of years. I like that. Why it's important? Okay, for a PE fund, hedge fund investor, the importance isn't just fast tech. It's about unlocking previously impossible markets. Ooh, logistics and optimization. Why aren't you guys saying this? This is a big market, large capex, real problems that need to be solved. Solving the travel salesman problem is at a global scale, optimizing every route for a company like FedEx or Amazon in real time. That if Amazon adopts quantum, that is game changer for saving route logistics and this is genius. Drug discovery. This is what y'all were talking about earlier. Simulating molecular interactions at the atomic level, potentially cutting drug R&D timelines from 10 years to 10 weeks. Dang. Cutting R&D timelines from 10 years to 10 weeks. Wow. Finance, portfolio optimization and risk modeling, Monte Carlo. This is someone else said a Monte Carlo. What was his name? I forgot. Starts with an M. Someone starts with an M was talking about Monte Carlo simulations that can account for thousands of variables instantly, providing an unfair advantage for hedge funds and arbitrage. All right. Quantum versus crypto. Quantum versus crypto, the existential conflict. Quantum does not compete with crypto for sure. It represents a systematic threat to the underlying math that makes crypto valuable. Okay. Crypto, security basis, relies on one-way math, elliptic curve cryptography that's hard to reverse. Quantum computing can use Shor's algorithm to crack that math and derive private keys. Oh, snap! Oh, snap! So it takes crypto, which is supposed to be private, and it can crack the code. Someone can get your wallet, your crypto wallet, if they have a quantum computer. In the wrong hands, a quantum villain can steal your Bitcoin. Oh my God. Hey, Duvid, how we doing, legend? We're just out here learning quantum. Please chime in, all right? Because I'm learning it from the ground up, and I'm so stupid when it comes to this stuff. But I'm getting very excited. I'm learning about the future of computing. And hope you're having an incredible day, Shredlord. What do you mean it's not that simple? All right, current status, massive store of value, emerging hardware. Google's Willow chip recently performed a calculation in minutes that would take 10 septillion years classically. Oh, so Google has a Willow chip. I'm telling you, everyone needs to just like invest in crypto. Not crypto, Google. Google's winning on the AI side. Google's Gemini is an absolute legend. And they're about to have quantum. Google is my index fund. This is not investment advice, it's life advice if the feds are watching. I'm putting all my money at risk here, not them. All right. Just had to say a little disclaimer for the SEC. All right. Investor sentiment. Viewed as digital gold. Jefferies recently cut Bitcoin exposure to 0 in a key portfolio, citing existential quantum risk. Are people using AI to make quantum computers? So like as AI improves, are we going to have quantum computers improve as well? Like is AI essential for it? Slime for real. What up, twin? How we doing? Happy Shred Lower Sundays. What should you want a long only as opposed to IB for hedge funds? Oh, so like starting your career at a long only versus banking? If you can choose, jump straight into the investment seat. I wouldn't do banking at all. It's a waste of time. You're just building, not a waste of time. It's a great place to learn how to be professional. I didn't do banking. That's why I'm very unpolished. But you become very polished when you're in banking. I jump straight to private equity. But if you can jump straight to long only and actually like learn about businesses, learn how to like capital allocate, place a bet on things, that's the play, big dog. I would say that's the play. But back to quantum, twins. Back to quantum. We need more AI LLMs is at its limits and it's not really intelligent. That's facts. Because my ChatGPT be dumb as crap sometimes. I'm not gonna hold you up. I'm on a free version though, which kind of explains a lot. But all right, back to this. All right, so the threat. If a cryptographically relevant quantum computer is built, it could theoretically spend any Bitcoin in any public address. I'm literally about to make me. Chat. I'm about to make me a quantum computer, and I'm about to spend all the Bitcoin. Can my 5080 do that? Hey, chat. I got this 5080 down here, man. I'm proud of this little thing. You think, hey, chat, you think my 5080? What am I going to spend it on? Oh, let me show you. You want to see what I'm going to spend my Bitcoin on? Here's the first thing I'm going to buy. Mansion in Bali. You're about to see me in Bali. A little something like this. You're about to see me in Bali, something like this. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, no. Is that a tax advantage state? No, let's go to Puerto Rico. I'm going to buy this. Buy me a little something like this in Puerto Rico. I'm going to be neighbors with Jake Paul and Logan Paul. They're so genius for moving here, by the way, guys. Because literally it's like there's 0 capital gains tax and no state tax. They're making bread. All right. But back to our lessons. I think for GTB, prompting is key. Yeah, I need to. I have the free version, but it would do wonders with the correct prompting. Send me your best prompting resource, Chris. Your 5080 is faster than any quantum computer that exists today. Holy crap, really? Okay, wait. So, bro, it's so finance pod. I really am. I don't know what that means, but I think so. If that means I'm a finance crackhead, yeah, that's me. All right. Jackson's your 5080 is fat. Okay, so how do I hold on. Someone said my 5080 is faster than any quantum computer. How can I use this 5080 to spend any Bitcoin in a public address like you mentioned? Let's see. We have to figure this out, y'all. Oh, my 5080 can't crack Bitcoin. Dang it. All right. It's incredibly powerful at moving large amounts of dirt, but it cannot pick the mathematical lock of a Bitcoin address. The skeleton key, a quantum computer, is designed specifically to slide through the lock's tumblers using a shortcut, the Shor's algorithm. So my 5080 does not have the algorithm. Does anybody have the algorithm? Does anybody know where I can get the algorithm? Is he on LinkedIn? Shores? Who's Shores? Can we find Shores? If we meet, where is Shores right now? Can I meet him? Peter Shore. He's at MIT. All right. I don't have time for all this. I literally don't. I literally don't have time for all this. Peter Shore. I don't know. Peter, we need to talk. Chat. We got to send Peter a message. All right. Now, we got to follow up with the email. Peter Shore is MIT. Private? You see, this is probably Peter Shore's protecting his information. Email. If there's one that you want that I don't have up, please email me. Okay, where's your email, Peter Shore's? Here he is. Peter Shore, right? This is my edge. Relentlessly networking. Hold on. Okay, y'all. We got some sensitive information here on my emails. Can't be giving that away. Let's talk to Peter Shores. All right. Where's Gemini? Let's get you started, Gemini. Oh, see, he even gave me his information. Wow. Let me draft an email. What the heck is this? Best viewers on Stream. Oh, God. Where's my bot? Where's my Streamlab bots thing? Get this freaking weirdo out of my chat. All right. Best viewers on streamboo.com. Get away from me. What are you doing? All right. So help me draft an email to Shores explaining that we're working on an exciting YouTube video for my business and investor audience to explain the potential of quantum on various end markets. Like, what kind of end markets? Logistics, fill in with 2 to 3 others. And would love his expertise of the current state of quantum adoption, barriers, accelerants, and truly breaking down the complex nature of this space to my global audience of business owners and investors. All right, we gotta lock in here. Shoot or shoot. What's the worst thing that he could say? No. Dear Professor Shore, I'm currently reaching out. Bro, I don't have 500,000. Too long. Make it more personable and shorter. Or you think professors like longer emails? Like half the length. Ooh. Wait, this is really cool. In-person chat in Cambridge? Should I go to Cambridge? I have to be on the East Coast anyway next week or in 2 weeks. Let's go here. That's funny. I legit said, Peter, we need to talk. I'm so goofy. Okay. A plus. In aggregate across all the channels. We're at 50K. Best. Da-da-da. Okay. This is how we get alpha here. We're going to ask Peter Shore everything there is to know. Let's see. Interview. Are we sure this is the best subject line? Okay, that one's better. All right. If anybody's at MIT right now, can you please tell Professor Shore to answer my email? All right? I'm going to send it to him tomorrow at 8 a.m. Tell Professor Shore we need to talk. I'm down to go to Cambridge and get coffee. Only if he's down to record it for the channel. Shoot or shoot, boys. Goop, goop, goop. All right. So we found Peter Shore. Peter Shore is still alive. What y'all talking about? What y'all saying in the chat? Okay. Your 5080 will be better at Shores than 1,000 qubits. He is alive, Peter Shore. Second of all, okay, wait. Duvid's giving us some intel. Duvid, you're a quantum expert? Dang, no? All right. First of all, quantum computers only threaten specific, what are you saying here? Quantum computers, first of all, quantum computers only threaten specific public key math, not all cryptography. All right. Second of all, exploiting that would require exposed keys in quantum hardware that is far beyond current capabilities. Agreed? You're right. Oh, so constantly crafting creations. You're a quantum expert too? And space race person? Dang, y'all are some real geniuses. You're right. There's plenty of cryptography that is quantum resistant, like lattice-based cryptography. What is this? English, guys. You know what this feels like? You know when you're at the lunch table with the smart kids and they just start going. They just start going. Like you're just having a conversation with them and they start talking amongst each other about different levels of this and they just keep on going and going and going and you sit there like a deer in headlights like, yeah, sure, lattice-based cryptography. Sure. Why are all of you guys experts? Is this fundamental stuff that I should know? I feel like I'm such an idiot. But I love that, though. I'm not afraid to admit that I don't know a lot of things. I'll learn it, though. I'm about to get coffee with Dr. Shores. I'm going to ask him literally the same dumb questions I asked y'all. First thing I'm asking him is, why is it named after you? Why are you so special? What'd you do? I'm going to be like, you always been this smart? What'd you read as a kid? He's probably like a Goodwill Hunting type of dude. You know what I'm saying? All right, back to David Steinberg. Third of all, cryptographic systems are upgradable and can migrate to quantum-safe schemes well before the risk becomes Dang. Okay. Yeah, David, you're a genius. You're a genius. Chris, here goes Chris again with this. Hello, sir. You're such a kind, respectful young gent. I appreciate you. Hello, sir. I just DM'd you the prompt advice. For prompting? Oh, thanks, man. Chris is literally my mentor. Chris is out here teaching me so many things about prompting and AI and all that. Y'all are really the goats. I just look at P&Ls all day and talk to management teams. And y'all really out here teaching me. All right, now, I don't care about Peter Shores anymore. Now I want to find, all right, back to alpha. What is the most valuable investment theme within quantum? All right, spam it in the chat. What do you all think is the most exciting theme to invest in within quantum? Don't just say buy quantum. I don't know how to buy that. We need to figure out what are the picks and shovels, what are the little things that are out there that we can buy that is a key component, the shovels, to quantum. And I want it to be in a diversified end market to where if quantum fails, it sells to other things as well. Is there any hardware, solution, provider, cooling, anything that is a critical input that can potentially be a choke point if demand takes off, right? And want to make sure that this business has diversified revenue segments so that if quantum turns out to be a spoof, this business isn't completely chalked. We're learning here. We're learning here. Let's rock and roll. Where is the value? Where is the value? All right. Production cost bottlenecks. I like this, dude. Just some learning and using AI for critical thinking. Heck yeah, dude. Heck yeah. That's what we're doing right now. We're using, oh, you guys can't even see my screen. My bad, chat. My bad. This is what I asked it. I asked it to, I said, back to alpha. What is the most valuable investment theme within quantum? Is there any hardware, solution, provider, cooling tech, or anything that is critical input that could potentially be a choke point if demand takes off? And I also asked it, I want to make sure that it's diversified enough to where if quantum actually is chalked, this one isn't chalked as well. All right. From a value alpha perspective, the most attractive theme in quantum is cryogenic infrastructure and control electronics. Oh, Jenny, you want me to do commodities? Rare minerals? And those who produce and sell those that are essential? Silver and gold in the past 2 years? We're not commodity investors though, bro. Chat Capital, we got $462. We got to do, we like operating cash flow in businesses. All right, here we go. If quantum is the new gold rush, these are stainless steel shovels. Unlike the quantum pure plays, like Rigetti and IonQ, which are binary bets on a specific physical architecture, the infrastructure layer is architecture agnostic. Whether the world settles on superconducting qubits, trapped ions, or neutral atoms, they all require ultra-cold environments and high-precision signal control. So we need signal control devices and we need cooling technology. That's what I like. All right. From a value-oriented, is arguably the most sophisticated way to play it. the quantum moat. Honeywell owns 54% of Quantinuum, which currently holds the world record for quantum volume, a measure of useful computing power. Trapped ion approach. Okay. The defensive choke point isn't just a computer, it's their mastery of vacuum systems and precision lasers. The spoof. If quantum fails, you're left holding a dominant industrial conglomerate. Honeywell is a leader in... Oh, I like this. I like this a lot. I like this. The stock literally hasn't moved. Versus Ionic. Barely has moved either. But went crazy. One of these is a scam, though. One of these, I remember looking at one of these. One of these is actually a scam. And that's from like proprietary hedge fund intel, guys. Real stuff. The choke point supply chain. Cryogenics. Dilution refrigerators to work. Qubits must be colder than outer... What? In order to work, qubits need to be colder than outer space. There's a global bottleneck in making these fridges. Okay. This is so interesting. What are you thinking to yourself when you see a stock chart that hasn't moved in over the last 5 years? Investors haven't rotated into the thesis. Like this business has been existing trying to sell a product or service, and investors haven't cared over the last 5 years. That's why it's kind of like, it's dead money. That's what I think of it as. Like it needs a catalyst. Like I think it was you that came into the chat yesterday and said that like, oh, this business just doesn't have a catalyst. It was like, it gives me that kind of thing. Right? Now you can think of like, guys, you can literally think of a stock very much as a house party, right? Like a stock having very much a house party. Like if it's been ripping, the party's crowded and you need to just have conviction that like another room's going to open up in a house party. And it's going to continue to expand. But if it's like hasn't really moved and volume's kind of been chilling, you kind of got to ask yourself like, hey, what's really happening here? You know? Like, am I the life of the party? Am I going to show up here, be the first one and be like the life of the party? It could be, might be. Sometimes investors just aren't active in a name simply because it's just like nothing's really happening right there. Like you have to keep it all to first principles and understand that it's just like stock market. A stock is a reflection of an aggregate agreed upon price for buyers and sellers. You know? Completely depends on what the stock is because a BDC trading flat for 5 years would be pretty positive. Yeah, that's true. It also depends on like the overall like industry that it's in and customer behavior, macroeconomic exposure, things like that. But like sometimes a house has a label of the industry and risk appetite and kind of expected performance and exposure to growth or not growth. And if it hits or doesn't hit expectations, that can kind of like go against the business. Mobs, what's up, champ? How the heck we doing? Sometimes. Because like a lot of current activity jumping into a stock, like say it starts to rip, right? A lot of current activity jumping into a stock is often just a reflection of folks having a perceived value that is higher than the current price, right? Like usually like a lot of like traders and stuff have like volume trends and like prime brokerage can like see big block trades and you got to really be like eyes and, you know, pulse glued to the markets. But like every minute you can kind of see what's happening with like different block trades. And like if you see that like, all right, a lot of big institutional dollars, like hedge fund dollars, are buying this name, they likely have a thesis that the overall value, aka perceived value of that stock, is higher than where it currently is. Even though today is currently reflecting this XYZ market cap. So a lot of folks are jumping in with the point of view that it's going to potentially grow. Because I don't think people are just sitting here just to sit here. Because like, why allocate to a name like this that hasn't moved if you can buy an index fund that's ripped a 15% plus CAGR over the last 5 years? Like your goal is to beat the markets. Because like, where did they get their money? They got their money from institutional investors, high net worth individuals, and pension funds, endowment funds, they have the exact same option to just buy index funds. They give it to hedge funds and institutional investors because they have the promise or expectation that they're going to beat the market, right? So I have to ask myself as an institutional institutional hedge fund investor, if my objective is to beat the market, is this really going to do it for me? You know, granted, I'm not just looking at a chart. The chart kind of just gives me, like, me personally, like a quick glance. Like, if I had weeks to study this name, I'm looking at all of the financial performance of this business every quarter, every single year. I'm having conversations with all of their customers to understand, like, what is the appetite for here. I'm speaking to the quantum folks to figure out what's really happening with this quantum bet. Is it actually going to pay off, right? And it seems to be now that, like, with the available information, there isn't as much, like, crazy indication that a lot of this stuff is, like, alive today. Like, today, right? It could change tomorrow. It could change the future, right? But theoretically, the market is a reflection of the accurate thesis with all of the publicly available information today. So, and plus, just like naturally, the markets are kind of like in an odd point because there's so much exciting money in other themes like AI. What else is super exciting? Like Robin Hoods of the world. Like there's like other big mega trends that just have way better unit economics and tailwinds. So it's just like all of like publicly traded, not publicly traded, all of like the hedge funds, a lot of them are overexposed right now to tech because that's where the motion's at. That's where the music is blasting the most. Like when you think about the party, that's where the party's at. And that stuff's bumping right now. They're playing Lil Baby, Young Dolph at the tech house. You know what I'm saying? Like the party is lit in tech. In consumer hardware, like automation stuff like this, and Honeywell, some dollars in here, but it's like it's not crazy lit. It's not expected to get lit. You know, look at the headline. There's not a crazy DJ that's about to pop up. It's kind of like a boring place. But the good thing is, when everyone is focused and crowded in like one big sector, it's either going to mean it's going to continue to rip or it's going to fall completely. But it also means that like there's a lot of other pieces of information. Not other pieces of information. There's a lot of other sectors and niches that can give you potentially really good value because there's potential mispricings of the available information. Think about it this way. When you're in a very crowded room, very crowded party, and the objective of that party is to paint a clear picture of something, and everyone has a paintbrush. If you're in an extremely crowded party and everyone kind of has like their contribution and it all is based on the total available publicly information, you start to paint a pretty accurate picture of what it is you're painting, right? And the value of that painting. Because there's like 10,000 people in there with a paintbrush. We all have the same information. So we're kind of all painting, like it's all starting to get very clear. And that's kind of like the implied price and value, right? But if everybody's over there at the tech house making the tech house painting, no one is over here in the utility services maintenance sector house, and there's publicly available information that could potentially say that it's pretty valuable, but there's only 2 or 3 painters. Like there could be some mispricings. 1 or 2 of those could just be painting not as good of a painting. One of them might be on par. So you then kind of realize that here's a sector that I've spent years on that not a lot of people are at. There's only 3 people at this house party. And I realized that with the available public information, my point of view of what a pretty accurate painting is should look really good. But there's like 2 or 3 other guys in here that are definitely off. I think this is something that I should bet on. And the next thing you know it, when it proves out, the painting naturally starts to become a little bit more clear. Folks start rotating from the tech house because it blows up, and then it goes over to the utility services house. And they realize, wow, this is actually pretty valuable. And then things start to happen, the businesses start to perform, little things like that. And you're able to get in and unlock value based off of smaller cap nature as well as mispricings in the market. That's how Buffett plays. And that's how we play, right? So yeah, there is some money to be made in some of these other things, but we are trying to find where is the real undervalued low-key parties that might be popping in a year or two that we can get in, paint a good accurate picture, have conviction in what it's going to look like. And David, you're asking an amazing question. Where's the party at now? I'm still trying to find that. My top picks, I think there's a backyard party in this world of AI, in the world of photo mask and substrates. I think there's a little backyard party. There's going to be some spillover from the main house to the backyard. I think that's going to be like a short-term play. Broadly speaking, I am very bullish on grid resilience. So any services that are out there providing vegetation management, utility, transmission, distribution, maintenance for utility poles, like little things like that. I think our grid today in the U.S. electric and transmission infrastructure is completely antique and ancient, and we need a lot of retrofitting, maintaining, repairing, especially if we're going to have connected homes, EVs, AI, data centers, all that stuff running through it. Utilities, energy companies are going to have to spend a lot of dollars improving this grid. I'm bullish on that. I don't know if there's a lot of publicly traded assets in this space, but vocational training is key in terms of like skill shortage and skills gap. We don't have enough HVAC techs, electricians, plumbers out there. There's enough quantum engineers and all that. And our infrastructure goes deep, David. Deep, deep, deep. You know what I'm saying? But these are just like my preliminary ideas. What do you guys, like, what do you all think? You guys got some other ideas too? All ideas are good ideas. And that's the point of Chat Capital. Chat Capital is for us to just like have a shared space to learn from folks like Jalen, David, Jackson, right? Chris, constantly crafting creations, like really smart folks like y'all that are out here giving us crazy good intel. You know, Slime for real that's about to be at a hedge fund. You know what I'm saying? Nate Safer finally gave you the South Korea AI play. All right. South Korea is an AI Emory play with history of running every 20 years. Currently up over 100,000 and got my parents over 700K up in their Roths. Dang, twin. So what do? Just buy a South Korea ETF? But what's happening with like South Korean capital controls? I shouldn't do it right now? What do you mean? The run is done for the short term? Did you just gaslight me? Come on, twin. I'm trying to make some stuff happen. You literally just teased us. Come on, man. That might be becoming developed market this year. First of all, I love South Korea. We're going there in this summer or in the fall for content. We're about to be checking out some South Korean like tech companies, robotics companies, and electronics businesses. So we're doing like a whole Asia tour, y'all. It's about to be lit. I just got to close this deal. So we got to focus on this engineering deal that we're closing in 2 weeks. And then after that, value creation plan for like 2 months. And then we start the content global trip and streams and find us more businesses. And we might raise capital for international deals, potentially. A lot of stuff going on in the world. But let's go back to, okay, I kind of get the gist. So I didn't have to watch that video. Oh, Rydar, what up, legend? How the heck you doing? I think most of Asia, like Korea, Japan, and China, will see further growth. I completely agree. I really agree. What do you think about Japan specifically, Redder? There's a lot happening in Japan. Had 3x long options in the short term on KORU and leaps on, what's a leap? Oh, you an options trader, bro? Are you one of those options degenerates? All right, so if you want to do quantum, you got to do cryogenics, control logic, and then connectivity. They do interconnects for automotives, military, and 5G. I kind of like this. Whoa. 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 Chat. Did we just cook? What is this? Pristine. Anybody know this name? I just found out about this. Hold on. Gemini. Looks like a strong name. Give me the... I got to get my analyst working. I got to put my analyst to work. All right, here we go. Amphenol. Sounds like a drug. Is a best-in-class industrial technology compounder that has evolved from a traditional connector manufacturer to a mission-critical infrastructure provider for the AI revolution. From a value-oriented, it's a mini Berkshire. Oh, they focus on internet. It's kind of like a Constellation Software then. Picks and shovels AI works. Unlike pure-play AI stocks, Amphenol doesn't make chips. It makes the interconnects, sensors, and fiber optics that allow the chips to talk to each other. Its IT Datacom segment grew 128% organically in late 2025, driven by the massive... Hold on. We need to add this to the watch list. I think we need to add this to the watch list. We're adding this to the watch list. As the executive portfolio manager, I'm adding it to our watch list. So I made that executive decision. This looks really exciting. It might be overvalued though. And switching costs, the business model picks and shovels. They're often the first phone call for engineers at NVIDIA and hyperscalers. Decentralized execution and high switching costs. Amphenol operates with over 130 independent general managers. These GMs run their units. Oh, okay. I don't know if you guys know who Constellation Software is, but Constellation Software is like a really, really, really big serial acquirer of like tech companies. And this seems to be like another serial acquirer, but they have a bunch of like interconnect, sensor, and fiber optic businesses. The components typically represent 1 to 3% of the total product. Okay. You can find a chip as they fail, the entire systems fail. This gives them massive pricing power. All right. The CCS acquisition completed close to transforming a $10 billion acquisition of Comstock's connectivity and cable solutions business. Dang, so they're just doing even more. Okay. Tell me about the financials and their free cash flow. What we talking about here? Okay. They grew revenue 50% last year, dropping at a 28% margin. They beat earnings census. Their cash conversion, 97% of net income. Nice. Operating cash flow. Okay. Lean on CapEx. This could be sick. Serial acquirers are really good businesses, especially if you have a really sound acquisition engine. And with rates coming down, and they've add a little bit of leverage to these acquisitions, I think they can really juice it. Oh, Jalen, you're talking about gold? Is it better long-term play than with tech? That could be a good one. That could be really good. Jalen, you got to have a price target for gold? Nate says it ran 20% year to date. Really in a month. Long-term options. Nate is an options trader. Teach us how to trade options. I don't know how. My wealth manager, he asked me about getting into some options. I was like, bro, speak English. He was like, all these doom. If you get this and it does this date, this. And I was like, bro, speak English. What is the free cash flow generation of this business? I don't give a crap about the chart. or the expected option premium prices and all that? Does the business generate cash flow? Is the management team strong integrity? Does it have a clear moat? That I hung up on him. What are the measures to be careful of? What can be the fall off point of any of these? Just kidding. If he's listening on the stream, I love you, dude. I just thought about that. He actually watches my YouTube. All right. What are the measures to be careful of what that can be the fall off point for any of these? All right. Good luck. I expect more accommodative policies under the new government to support the market over the medium term. Okay. Are you bullish? Ryder, are you bullish on Japan? Yeah, you're right. Jalen says it's a necessary component on each. Facts. Very bullish. Are there any Japanese serial acquirers within the AI space that we should be looking at? Is there a Japanese lookalike to this business? Did you invest in any quantum funds? Mm-mm. Oh, both of you guys like Japan. Okay. Okay. Ooh, Kyoexia. What do you guys think of this thesis, though? I kind of like this one, right? APH? Are you believers in this? This is like a solid business. It could be a solid business. We got to do a lot more research, though. We got to do a lot more research. Grasshopper Asset Management, guaranteed 12 to 15% a year. Nothing's guaranteed, Ryder. Nothing's guaranteed, young Grasshopper. We're finding a lot of good names, y'all. Hey, if y'all watching the stream and you haven't smashed that like button, I don't know what the heck y'all doing. Make sure y'all like and subscribe to the channel as well, all right? We're out here making smart money moves on a Sunday. We're finding amazing stocks. And I know I got some folks on the East Coast watching this, so thank you for staying up late with us. But if you're on the East Coast, please go to bed because I want you guys to get 7-8 hours of sleep before work. But this is so cool. All right, let's check out their investor presentations. They just completed the acquisition of CCS, $10 billion plus acquisition. We need to add this to our earnings calendar because guys, we're listening to earnings calls, so our streams in the next few weeks are going to be a lot earlier. I know I do it normally at 6:30 Pacific time. It's going to actually be a lot earlier, primarily because a lot of these folks are having their earnings call, and we want to be able to like listen in on these earnings call. Let's keep it going. We on 2 hours. Rich topic, man. You know, y'all know I'm not a 24-hour streamer, man. You know, but I already went to the gym. Oh, wait, hold on. One sec, chat. Don't judge. But I was gonna get some ice cream before I went to bed. It's a place called Somi. I gotta figure out what time they close. All right, so this one closes at 12. We got a little bit of time. Gang, I literally slept for 1 hour on Friday because I had to grind through the sites and my exams. Chris, you're such a dog. That literally reminds me of me, man. In college and high school, man, I used to sleep like 2 or 3 hours. Wake up, get some sugar in my system, a little French toast from the dining hall, and then just go straight to class and rip it, man. Do my interview prep, all that stuff. Keep grinding, bro. Keep grinding. Like everybody in this chat, wherever you are in life, understand that this is a community for everybody to grind. Whether you are in middle school, like my nephew, if you're in high school, if you're in no school, if you're hustling, if you're working a job, if you're trying to find a job, know that this is a safe space for you to put your dreams out there, apply yourself, and just know literally every single one of us supports you in all of your dreams. We got some of you starting a new job tomorrow. We're praying that that is an incredible success for growth, right? An incredible success for growth. Oh, you guys want to hear a funny story? You guys want to hear a really cool story? I don't know if he'll allow me to do it, but I was going to talk about my brother in the chat. He might be too nervous. Screw it. I'm his older brother. I can do what I want. I'm going to say it anyway. But Jalen in the chat somewhere, that's actually my little brother, y'all. And he starts a new job tomorrow. And he got this job all on his own. He's about to crush it. So everybody spam, if you listen to everybody spam W Lowbro in the chat. This guy's an absolute tank and a legend. And he's really out here hustling. He's starting this brand new job. And let me see if I can find it. W bro. Yeah, man, he's really out here starting this new job tomorrow. And it's at a really big broccoli manufacturer in Michigan. And he's crushing it. I couldn't be any more proud of him. And what's funny is I thought, I wanted to be one of those like overbearing big bros to make stuff happen for him. So if you guys remember the pictures that I showed y'all on stream the other day, where me and Boogie flew on this jet to meet this like billionaire CEO of this broccoli business. I'm just gonna see if I can find it. It's like some really cool. I'm trying to find it on my phone, y'all. Just some really cool pictures of it, just to showcase like their operations and all that. I'll show you. I gotta find it. But long story short is, little bro broke into the industry on his own. He joined a competitor last year that was local. He absolutely crushed it. Was literally like the top at that site in terms of just like sales and customer success, like really doing it. And then recently, I didn't even know about it, but he decided like he wants to transition into this one, and he recruited, secured the bag, and he starts tomorrow. So W little bro in the chat. Heck yeah, let's freaking go, Shred Lords. I'm trying to find it, but I tried to be the dickhead private equity older brother that tries to, get it all done myself. But he did it on his own. So he did it on his lonesome. So he's crushing it, man. I'm praying that it's a incredible seat, that he becomes incredibly successful. He learns a lot, that he opens up incredible doors for leadership and management. And it's like working at a business, like in a business, even if you're not the owner and investor, but working at a business is one of the greatest things in the entire world, for you to just like truly understand best in class business operations, little things like that. And you just got to keep going and keep hustling, Where is this picture? Hold on. I got to find it. I'll find it somewhere. But it's like so cool. I don't even know. I want to, here. Y'all want to see a picture of Boogie? I got a picture of Boogie. I don't know if I'm going to hide it. I'm going to hide Boogie. But this is what I do. My little brother gets the job out the mud all by himself. Me, I just email the CEO. But that's me and the CEO of the business that my little brother is about to go work at tomorrow. They're the largest producer of broccoli in North America. And it's just like so cool to see. So they're crushing it, man. See, like, you got videos of me out here doing all this. And the only reason why I got on the plane to go meet this guy was because my brother was interested in the space. And I was like, if I can ever add value to him, I might as well try to get him a pretty good high dope connect. So Jalen crushed it this week. And whenever you're comfortable, let me know. And I'm going to send Dave a text. We text all the time. I'm sending a text and be like, you probably hired the coolest person in the entire world. Put him on partner track. Put him on the promotion track. I want to see that guy crush it. But I know you're going to earn it out the mud on your own. Love you, dog. But chat and stream, shout out to every single Shred Lord in here. I got to go make it to Somi and get me some ice cream before we get up out of here. All right? Because we worked hard today. We got up early. We had our meetings. We went to church. We went to the gym. We got a lot of stuff done. I figured out the tech. We added a freaking ticker down below. And Big W, we were able to multi-stream to Twitch. I figured it out. I told you I'm the dumbest guy in tech, and I figured it all out today. All right? And right after this, after I get my ice cream, I'm about to shave my face and all that. I got to record a YouTube video. And we're about to get a video out next week. So we got a lot to do. But everybody in here, wait, first and foremost, thank you to all of our quantum experts. Thank you to all of the quantum gurus. All of you guys have taught me a considerable amount today. And I am forever grateful for that. So W are quantum legends. Shout out to little bro for joining the stream. But he's just not my bro. He's everybody's bro now, right? Like I said, this is a fam. You know, I'm out here on my lonesome out here in California, just hustling and grinding. So when I hop on stream, it feels like I'm connected with my cousins and my family. So we're all fam in here. But I appreciate all you guys for the incredible investment ideas, the nudges, you guys challenging me on theses. I'm going to be live tomorrow at 6:30 Pacific time, 9:30 Eastern time. All right, so mark it on your calendar, show up. We're about to go crazy. Live on YouTube and Twitch. And if you guys haven't, bang that like button and subscribe button. But as always, I'll end this like how we started this. And that's by talking to this guy, Summith. All right? I got a little distracted because of his little girlfriend. All right, wifey. But understand, you got one life to live. Literally only one. And you need to do whatever you want. Build a life of purpose, a life of meaning. Understand that you can literally do whatever the heck you put your mind to. I want you to work harder than you ever could this week. I want you to dream bigger than you ever have. And I want you to have the faith and conviction in yourself that you can do it. Why? Because I believe in you. Every other cat in this chat believes in you as well. So I want all of you guys, all of you shred lords, to get up and get the heck after it. Your moguls in the making. Avoid distractions. Ignore inaction. And get in the game. All right? You can always just do things. And that's why I freaking love it. So shout out to you guys. I appreciate you. We're going to be back here tomorrow. We're going to be making some smart money moves. And as always, take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Peace and love. And I will catch you guys tomorrow. Peace. I need like a cute outro song. So any recs would greatly appreciate it.